everyone, and welcome back to another reaction video. I think I might do later on, or like a video in the in the next couple of days will probably be another Monster Girl Encyclopedia video, but I do need to record a couple of those for the days leading up to Halloween. Anyway, today we'll be reacting to SCP-3790, Department of Abnormalities. I mean, why not? Anyway, also, just in case a certain viewer thinks that putting like the thumbs down emoji is a good thing, or is considered a comment, yeah, why don't you go back to your mom and let them write the comment, because they'll probably do it better than you. Anyway, let's explain, see what's gonna happen, shall we? Actually, so far, in terms of animations with SCPs, Detective Void is so far my favorite.
From his notebook, the man pondered his work. While on duty, he set foot on every continent, but that wasn't all. He even had to visit the moon itself. More precisely, in the one which is specifically regarded as a satellite of the Earth. This man was one of the few who would come out of the other end of the Negev desert mission alive. No one could have imagined that people could be melted into a single pile like some kind of plastic dolls. Yet this is exactly what Israfil is capable of. The man took the plasma cutter and began cutting off the handles on all the doors in the dark hallway. When he finished, he grabbed the welding tool and began to weld shut the entrances to the rooms. Since there were only 4 total on the floor, the work didn't take long at all. Snatching up his tools, the man entered the meshed elevator and made his way down to the floor below. There, he executed the same process and continued to do so all the way
Detective
to the
Void
6th
actually
story.
sounds
He worked
different.
meticulously, but still as quickly as possible. Occasionally
Slight
glancing
difference,
into the small windows in the doorway, the man was reminded of his service. He had once explored the burnt basement of Site 18 and gone down 1,000 meters underground in Japan, welding the last door shut on the 6th floor. The man considered how he was destroying years of work, but then decided it was better defined as preserving. The man arrived at the 7th story, then sent the elevator up and disabled the mechanism. The elevator would now no longer be on this level. Nevertheless, the man was not bothered by this. The most important thing was that he successfully blocked off access to all sectors of the SCP Foundation Department of Abnormalities. The main thing, he thought, just don't be too late. Did you really think there was no way to surprise the Foundation staff? Well, there are monsters, and anomalies, and also objects with unimaginable properties. But how about an unknown
Seriously
SCP
though,
Foundation?
Detective Void sounds totally different from the last video I watched.
No, like one of those departments abandoned along with the facilities.
I mean, the guy probably ages as well.
London, more precisely in the basement of a canning factory in the city's port. The object has been designated as SCP-3790 and assigned a safe class. Access to this room is given only through a single small door. You can reach it via a narrow staircase from the factory building. There's also a metal plaque directly above the doorknob, which states that the SCP Foundation Department of Abnormalities is located on the other side of the wall. Entry into it, however, is strictly prohibited by the order of the O5 Council.
Wonder
Even the
why.
door to the stairs themselves, which lead to the entrance, is locked and under constant watch. The entire purpose here is that the Foundation of our time and in our reality knows absolutely nothing whatsoever about the existence of such a unit. There are no official records or proof that the Department of Abnormalities ever existed in any of the known parallel universes. Just on the other side of the black door is a room that goes down 7 floors at least. Each one has only one corridor. There are 2 doors on either side of said corridor, and a freight elevator at the end. All stories appear identical. The doors inside the hallways are massive and made of metal. Some of them are covered in rust, but have not lost their strength. On all doors, the handles and all other elements providing access to the cell from the outside were deliberately cut off. Additionally, it appears that they were welded shut. You can still find out what was in the rooms thanks to some small glass openings. From the hallway side, they're covered with sliding metal dampers. Signs were put immediately below them. Some have inscriptions, others are empty, damaged, or have since been removed. Judging by its appearance, the building has been abandoned for quite some time. The only evidence of people being there there is a notebook attached to the inside of the door on the first level. It appears to be missing pages, but still contains several important notes, one of which I'll tell you about a little later. But for now, let us examine what's in the cells of each floor. One of the rooms on the first floor has no sign and appears to be empty from the inside. In the other one, we have a violin and a broken bow standing at the far corner. The sign states that Vivaldi is in the cell. Behind a door bearing the inscription Montezuma's face is a carved wooden chest. It's locked shut with a gilded padlock. A faint sound akin to the ticking of a clock is audible from the camera. The last room on the floor is also empty, and the sign on the door is damaged. Bones are scattered about inside, and the walls of the room bear scratches. In the first cell of the second floor, a pale man in a straitjacket in a blindfold is huddled in a corner. The sign says he is Ian. In the second room, which has the inscription, The Crying Boy, there's an easel covered with a cloth. 3 humanoids are locked inside the third room. They've been known to move occasionally. They look away from the door and are called the Watchers. The last cell on the floor is unmarked. Behind it, you can see a dark corridor. On the third floor is something called the Infinite Cold. Looking through the glass window, the observer will notice that the room seems significantly larger than physically possible, and its floor is covered in water. The second chamber bears the inscription Sorrow. Whatever may have been there before, someone certainly took it, for only fingerprints remained on the dusty pedestal. The room with the sign World Without Man is symbolically completely empty. And in the one whose sign reads Adam's Hatred, a shadow human-like figure is vaguely visible. The floor just below contains an old, rusty sword, and according to the sign, it bears the name The Morning Star. There's a constant warmth emanating from this door. The window into the chamber labeled Wormwood is shut. In the next room, by the light of a burning candle, you can see a simple gold necklace, and it appears as if there's no floor. The inscription Harmonia's Necklace is somewhat legible on the placard. There are, however, no markings upon the last door. The employees who had looked inside noticed the sudden emergence of unreasonable, unfounded fear. The sensation lingered for a while after. The Department of Abnormalities also contains a still-beating human heart. It's suspended from the ceiling in a visually distorted camera. The old TV, covered in a cloth, is labeled Channel 55, and the blanket figure on the mattress in the middle of the room is designated as the Living Nightmare. In place of one of the placards there was the word Hello scratched into the metal, and the shutter on the viewing window was welded. The last 4 units from the 6th floor start from Mr. Silence. This is most likely the one who's in the black wooden box tied down with chains.
With a W on the lid.
There's purple gold lettering, which reads W. The next cell contains a chair upon which one can barely make out a shadowy creature. For some unknown reason, it's impossible to spot it again if you do a double take. Another figure can also be seen in a partially frozen room with the Utsi sign on it. The glass window is constantly frosted over, making observation rather difficult. The last room houses a safe, which is badly scratched on top. The inscription states that there's Apollyon's crown. The 7th floor is visible through the mesh door of the elevator. However, the mechanism is disabled, and so it's impossible to physically go down to it. It appears that the O5 Council's ban on the premises was set almost immediately following its discovery. Either that or all information about it is simply classified. This comes as no surprise, however, since there are several more anomalies associated with this location. A list of them was inscribed in the notebook affixed to the inside of SCP-3790's entrance. Additionally, there was also a postscript nearby, which apparently came from a former employee of the Department of Abnormalities. He pointed out that it was time to seal off all zones while there was still time to do so. A note with a wish to take care of oneself does not exactly come off as encouraging. The notebook stated that 6 out of the 10 zones are blocked off. Other entries in it mention objects already known to the Foundation. Also, signs with the inscription Department of Abnormalities had already been put up near the entrances to 4 of the indicated places at the time of their discovery. On the moon, we have these, and among them, SCP-4220, or should we say that this is the moon. Poring over ancient records, I came across evidence of the SCP Foundation's creation. It was allegedly formed following the merger of several world organizations, and so it makes mention of Her Majesty's Foundation for the Secure Containment of the Paranormal, which was most likely located in England. The history of the Foundation itself, therefore, is no less mysterious than that of the many objects it's involved with. If it were that simple, however, it would probably have been listed in the SCP-3790 file. If the Council of Overseers did indeed find no explanation for the object, and did not hide the data plainly, then I suppose their fear is not without reason. The most obvious would be that the Department of Abnormalities was created in an unknown parallel universe, and then subsequently shifted into our reality. But the main question that needs answering isn't even that. The big question here, what exactly caused SCP-3790 personnel to block off access to the anomalies contained, and then up and leave the premises? Do you think the O5 Council chose to ban the department from further exploration solely for security reasons?
Probably.
Or perhaps the caretakers have important information about the object that they wish to hide from everyone. For example,
definitely.
what exactly did they have on the 7th floor? Let us know your opinion in the comments below.
Something world-ending. Probably. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video of whatever I'll be making. Also, don't forget to leave a like if you've actually enjoyed the video. And a comment if you feel like it. So yeah. Bye.